What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to Streamcast, a show on the internet. We watch the latest and greatest stuff on streaming services with you guys.
That's right.
I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with my bro, the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing great because the plan is all coming together.
All coming together.
Flagship show of the FPN. Now we have the only Discord on the internet, the best place by default.
Absorb them all over there. By default, we're the best.
That's right.
And soon, the Four Pillars Network. You see, it says Four Pillars Network now.
That's
soon
right.
it's going to be the Conversations Network. That's right.
That's right. We'll take it all eventually.
If we don't make a joke of it, it becomes not funny,
Exactly.
okay? We have to make everything funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts going on around and whatnot, but Conversations is
That's
still
right.
Conversations here. We're still good buddies. Let's everybody have fun and just watch cool stuff and talk about cool things.
Innit?
That's what
At
we're
the end
gonna
of the
do
day,
right
we
here.
just want to talk gaming and cool shows and stuff, and then and that's it.
And that's what we're going to be doing here today with episode 1 review of Moonknight.
Yeah, overall feelings, how did you find this first episode?
I liked it for very different reasons that I usually like other
Okay.
the
Other
MCU shows. Possibly
Yeah.
because it's a brand new character, and this is the first time I think we have a new character, right?
Yeah, this is our first show with a new character. Everybody else has been established IP, other than What If, but that didn't happen. So
Just memory wipe that shit. I'll do a Will Smith and just memory
which
wipe
one?
him. Oh,
If
sorry.
you slap me,
I'll hey.
I'm not Chris Rock. I'll slap you like that.
Oh boy, that was a Twitter thing, wasn't it? It's a brand new character, so we don't know too much about it. And I personally don't know too much about Moonknight myself. I've heard back in the day people were saying that he's just a Marvel Batman, and I was like,
It's funny you say that
is he?
because obviously I hated it because he is very clearly just a Marvel ripoff. Where Batman is a Gotham billionaire, this guy is just an Egyptian billionaire. Or we see it. They have the exact same powers.
Exact same powers.
The suit's identical.
That's the thing.
The only thing that changes is the color scheme, as far as I can tell.
And minorly, really.
Not a lot, right?
It's a different shade. That's what it is.
Exactly. I mean, it's all shades of grey, isn't it? That's all it is.
That's what this is what I heard people say. They were like, Batman and Moon Knight are so similar. Batman wears black and hangs out in the night because he wants to instill fear in his enemies. And Moon Knight wears white and hangs out in the daytime because he wants to instill fear in his enemies. And I was like, hold on.
Cool. It's true. And Batman, freaking Superman wears red. As does the Flash, the color of blood, to instill fear in the. Shut up, bro! Shut up!
It's like those documentaries where they go, "This animal is in bright colors to tell people to be afraid because he's poisonous," and then another one comes on. This animal is also bright colored to make people think he's poisonous, but really he's not.
And
so
this
you're
one's
just making this up.
This one's bright colors for mating rituals. Well, which is it? Is a peacock poisonous? I need to know. Okay.
Before I have sex with it, is it poisonous?
Exactly.
Come on now. Anyway, Moon Knight. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a cough. Sorry about that.
COVID.
I did like this. I did like this first episode.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was very cool cinematic shots in it. Very interesting way they did the whole like
The
switching
transition,
between.
yeah.
I was like, oh, that's really cool. The stuttery effect.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And so far, everyone seems to be acting very well.
I have to say, Oscar Isaac. Yeah, freaking hell. You know what? You can never trust anyone with two first names.
It's true. And also with Streamcast, we make up names anyway.
Yeah.
Ains?
Look, he's a great actor. We've always known he's a good actor, right? I have to say, his Steven, the main guy, is so believable.
Yes.
As just like the most ultimate drip.
Yeah.
Like just the worst kind of the worst, because he's not bad. He's super sweet, and he's just so like bullyable.
He's so passive and so nothing. Like,
right. Do you know what my perfect example of that is? Like when he's sitting at the steak shop, even though he's a vegan.
Yes.
There was just the way he's sitting. Like his knees are in, but his feet are out. His hands are in his lap. It's just very passive. He's so good because obviously the other version, the Mark, which I have to say, knew of Moon Knight, don't know anything about Moon Knight. So I don't know if this is like comic book accurate panel for panel or completely going off the walls. I don't know if Mark is an alter ego or his like twin brother that was absorbed in the womb, or like I don't know anything, right? I don't know anything. I'm really enjoying it, and it's so cool seeing just how different they are. Also, is Oscar Isaac is freaking main guy? He's American, isn't he?
Yes.
This is my other big shout. As far as I can tell, the first guy that actually does a real English accent, and it's good. I know guys that speak like this
properly. Like I was thinking, because it's because it's Marvel, they're Americans obviously that run all this stuff. They don't have a good handle on the British accent and whatnot. And some of the ladies, like especially his superior, I felt like she went a tad too far.
She was a bit strong. Oh, that could be a real accent.
It could be, but I mean, there's only that's not an accurate representation. However, I feel like Steve was in a good spot.
Steve was in a very good spot.
I was like, this guy's British. Is he British?
He's in a very good spot. I mean, there's a couple of times where he gets like a word here or there, but like for the most part, I was fully in it. He's every bit as good as Tom Holland is, or he's better than Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
his American just never sounds right.
No.
I'm genuinely deeply impressed with how good he did it, because also it's a very specific part of London. Yeah, and it doesn't switch around.
It's the part that when you talk to a Londoner, they know that accent, not the British accent that you see in the movies that Americans now know. They're like, oh, pottery. It's like, no, we don't speak like that.
No one speaks like that. So I'm genuinely impressed with his like acting ability, and how he seems to be so confused about, like, you know, when he's dealing with the guy in the town square and he won't let go of the thing. He seems just as shocked as anybody else. It's
good stuff, isn't it?
And his like he's very clearly full flight response, you know, and gets everything wrong in the funniest way. Oscar Isaac is my seal of approval. And I know you needed it, Oz. So
everyone else was like, I'm gonna hold off on my Moonknight opinions until I hear Streamcast.
That's right.
Okay, I can tweet about it now.
That's right. That's right.
Twitter was dead until this show came out.
So I will say though, not a lot to take notes on. Like, not a huge amount actually happens. It's mostly just, I think the big deal about this is building up Stephen so that you can see the change that's going to come. And sort of like I thought it was done very well. Also, calling it now, again, totally ignorant, Mum's dead. You know when he's calling Mum?
Oh, fully
dead.
Yeah, fuck, I didn't. I was like, hold on a sec, who's Mum? Mum? Oh, yeah, because he calls his mum all the time.
I'm just going to say it now.
Mum has been dead for a long time, but he's just had these time
Mum's
skips.
been dead for a long time, and Mark has been keeping up her phone bill for reasons. Also, can we just say, I don't know if Mark is supernatural before like the scarab or whatever's going on, or how supernatural, but he is managing to get an entire second life in an 8-hour sleep period.
Yeah, the guy's, what's your excuse?
I'm obviously not Mark.
Oh boy,
it's very impressive.
So how does it start off again? I haven't got notes. Just so
it starts off with I can't even read my. The guy, main dude whose name I forget, not Kevin Bacon, but like an older guy who you recognise.
Yeah.
He's like drinking water and then breaks the glass and pours the glass into his shoes.
Yeah, he's standing there, smashes it, pours it in his shoes, and then begins to walk off. And I'm like,
this had my chick cringing. It's messed up, innit? It's just like, what? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? It's also glass, innit? Glass.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Anyway, he goes and steps out, and then I think Thing wakes up right at that point.
Yeah, he's sleeping and he's chained up, and I was really confused by the sand around his bed early on, because I'm like, is he already changing? What's up? It's to track himself.
Yeah. When I saw the chain on his leg, I was like, oh shit, he's being held captive somewhere. But then he takes it off, and I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah, I think he presumes
it looks like a
sleepwalking,
strap.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he looks at the sand. I was like, I get it. And then he takes a strip off of the door.
It took me fully halfway through the movie to get to the episode to get the sand. Like, I understood he was keeping track of had he moved and stuff. But the sand, I was like, what's that about? Is this like because like in Supernatural they make rings of salt. It keeps like evil shit out, for example. And I'm like, is this some weird like Egyptian? We know it's Egyptian. Is this something like that?
Yeah.
No. It's just to track if he's walked over it or not in sleepwalk. I presume he thinks he's sleepwalking. So
And he's like, oh, everything's okay. Feeds his goldfish, which apparently missing a fin.
I definitely didn't notice.
No, I didn't notice that at the beginning as well. They mentioned it later, and I'm like, you think anybody cared about the fucking fin on the film?
Right, like I feel like that wasn't... I might have to go back. You said you've watched it twice, yeah?
Yeah.
You obviously didn't notice. They
I
obviously
didn't
didn't make a
notice
big enough deal of it.
No.
And like, he could have called it Nemo. He could have, oh, Nemo, how's your fin healing? At least
Yeah.
we would have seen it.
And then we'd be like, Nemo because of the fin. I get
Right.
it now. I get it.
And then he just sort of... Well, one, he's calling mum and he's off to work.
Yeah.
And he... Laters. I just thought he's so passive, even leaving messages for his mum.
Yeah.
And then he, by the way, fully lives in Camden. That's why part of the accent's so good, because
Yeah.
it's obvious where he is. And makes his way to his job, which is, there are a lot, I gotta say, I do really appreciate this. There are a lot of those reflection shots that pan up.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 or 4 in this episode. I'm a sucker for that shot.
The cinematography in this was pretty damn good.
Very
Top
good.
notch shit, right?
Very,
Top notch.
very good. I gotta be honest, I was expecting to see a lot more of those with Mark in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only like once that you see that.
Yeah.
Near at the very end.
Towards the end, yeah, you see like difference in reflection.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that to be the first hint that something's not quite right.
Mm.
But I didn't notice if it's there.
Yeah. He continues on his way to work, and obviously he's late, and his stupid bitch of a boss is all like, oh, you're late again, oh, why don't you just and he's trying to offer suggestions for things that he could do in the place. He also guides one child to not throw rubbish in the model.
I think that's
they've got of a
important because they
thing.
well, one, it makes sense because later on we'll see he doesn't sleep. He's trying to stay awake as often as possible, whereas I'm trying to sleep. That's the big difference.
That's that's different.
But like,
you could be a superhero, but you're just not doing it.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm too lazy.
There you
No work ethic. Forget the superhero stuff and the money. No work ethic.
That's it,
Become a
that's it.
billionaire, then become a hero. It's easy steps, 2 steps. But like, he takes the girl around and he's sort of explaining stuff. He's obviously passionate about history, and in particular it's Egyptian history. There's a big Egyptian event going on at the National... Is it the National History Museum? I think it is.
I think it is, yeah. Trafalgar Square somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere like that. And then his bitch of a boss is a bitch.
Proper bitch. This inventory needs to be...
Also, I mean, it actually makes sense for him, because you and me would be like, this is a gift shop in a museum. Get staffed and walk out, you know. But like, he's Steven, so he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't give an earful, which he really should. What even happens?
So he's having a discussion with her, and
Some
and then
random chick walks up.
random hot chick just walks up and is like, oh, like it's like, so we still on for tomorrow,
Yeah,
or
for
day
Friday.
after.
It's for steak.
that's it,
Yeah.
Like we're still on for Friday. It's like, you said we was gonna go like for the best steak in town. It's like, I did.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's like, did I ask
Just
you
to
out?
be clear,
And
no,
she's-
he says like, "Are you asking me out?"
Yeah, and she's like, you're so funny or something.
Right.
And he's just
then
like,
here's the first real
saw-
sign.
yeah.
It's not that. It's the chick who comes back, the boss, who's like, "What's a vegan gonna eat at a steak
Yeah.
shop?" And then you're like, it's very clear that Steven is a vegan. Yes, that tracks.
it's like, yes, he is a loser. Yes, that is vegan territory.
He definitely tracks. Also,
So you know, loser isn't exclusive to vegan. It's
Of
just that
course.
all vegans are exclusive.
exactly,
Exclusive
all
to be
vegans are
losers.
losers. Not all losers are vegan.
Exactly.
It's like a jacuzzi. It's Steven has he looks the way I feel when it comes to sleep, you know. And then what's really interesting is Mark doesn't. That's
Yeah.
one of the biggest visuals, not just their body language, but like, Steven has clearly had about as much sleep as me,
Yeah.
and is handling it way worse. Which, by the way, I now do feel like a hero. My superpower is I can function on half an hour of sleep. And that's my first point, where like like I said, I didn't know what Moonknight was going into it.
I didn't know about
So-
this whole like alter ego type thing, this whole
Right.
like dual personality or whatever.
Exactly.
So when I got it at that point, I was like, I see where they're going with this
something's
now.
up. There's no way a vegan's like, yo, let me take you to the best steakhouse. Like, even if he got drunk or something and got the courage to talk to this girl, who's obviously way out of Steven's league.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, because this isn't like a Peter Parker thing where Pete gets more confidence because he's Spider-Man, and it's sort of like they brush off on each other. This is like somebody totally different has asked this chick out in your body. Like, I didn't know that going in, and at that point I'm like, yo, someone's skinwalking you, bruv. Like, you ain't you for a good portion of the day. What happens then? So
Is that when we cut to the? No, actually, no.
yeah. So basically, it's something where it's later that night, and he's on inventory,
Yes.
and she's like complaining about something. He mentions, "Yo, I actually noticed, but like the main, the banner is wrong. There's 9. I don't know what the." He says it. You know, all
9
the different
pharaohs of gods.
Yeah,
or
all
whatever
the
that
gods
goes
are
in.
different. Like, you know, when we talk about God of War, the Olympiad is the Olympic gods.
Yeah.
And I forget what the Aesir are, the Norse gods.
Aesir,
There is one
Aesir.
for Egypt. I don't know it because those guys are losers. They've never been in a God of War game. But he says that name and he says there's 9 of them, and the poster only has 7.
She's like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
right?
she's a
your
dick.
thing is about this inventory, right?
Right.
Here. And you're gonna be like staying all night tomorrow to be doing
Exactly.
it and stuff like that.
And I think it's somewhere around here where he like goes,
He like notices something and he goes over to the side
Yeah.
and then time skip.
wakes up in freaking the Swiss Alps.
Yeah, well, fucking. I was like, okay, maybe he went down the road. No, he's in like a
Right.
foreign country, and he's just
Yeah.
like face down, and he's. The funny thing is that you don't know
Oh.
what the deal is.
Yeah.
But you're like, his face is like, oh,
Yeah.
and he gets up and he's like, oh my arm, my back, like that.
I was really confused about what was going on now.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, even if you fell over on the ground, you don't feel that much.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he wakes up, he looks around, so what's going on? And 2 guys pop out of a window like 3
He
stories
waves
up.
at one.
He's like, hey.
And he's like, why are you waving back? Starts shooting at the guy. You realise he fell out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hear the voice. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god, the idiot's back in control
That's
again.
right.
Wait, put
That
Mark
guy-
back.
That guy is savage, by the way. He refers to him as a parasite at one point. I was like, this guy pulls 0 punches.
Exactly, he just doesn't even care.
The one thing that I don't know, it would probably be sort of cleared up, is that like a voice from the Scarab, or is that an extra voice in his head?
I thought it was the voice from the Scarab, but because he's like, I guess, used it once, or it's like he's part of him now, it's kind of like built into him. I don't know.
Right.
We're gonna guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
but
we'll find
it's
out, yeah.
very difficult to understand. But at one point as well, it seemed like it wasn't from the Scarab, like it was a voice in his head.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
I am fully confused.
But when he started talking, he was searching his pockets and then he pulled out the Scarab, which
Yeah.
made you think it was from the Scarab. 100%.
Also, he
sure.
feels like there's something behind him.
At one point there is, but then he turns around and that's
And it's
when he
not there.
looks up
Yeah.
and it's not there. But it looks big and
It's
quite
that-
scary.
It's the
long beak thing.
yeah, it's the plague mask thing from
Yeah.
before. Yeah, it's that.
So anyway, that happens and he starts getting shot at, so he starts running away and he
Yeah,
runs
runs-
into the town centre, puts on a
right.
hood, tries to get away from some guys, and a bunch of people just start flocking towards the town centre.
Yeah.
And the guy from District 13, the assault on the Precinct 13 comes out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I know that guy from somewhere.
The
okay.
glass in his shoes guy.
You only realize it because you see like the armband
yeah.
things like, I know.
And
that.
he has that same double-headed cane. Yeah.
And he's like walking out to the middle, and everyone's just sort of like, oh my god, he's in
Trying to touch him and
profit
stuff.
like that.
Shit tier fake Superman.
Basically,
Right?
I mean,
It's that same scene from BVS.
How many people did he save from a Mexican plant that was on fire?
0, bruv.
Just
And I'll tell you what,
saying.
he basically kills this one chick.
He does.
And Superman didn't kill anyone. I mean, except that terrorist
That's not,
that he pancaked.
We don't
and,
talk about
and
that.
Zod.
Yeah, we don't talk.
I know those people that died in the fight between
Yeah.
him and Zod, and obviously the other Kryptonians. But
They're collateral damage.
right. And any bullet that bounces off him and still has enough energy, well,
That's
yeah, right.
it's just part of the job.
Yeah,
you know,
but
it's-
this guy killed this old woman.
But it's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He puts out his hands on this one man first of all.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all about whether or not you are a good person, and the scales will tell me. And
He asks him to be judged in Amet's name.
yes,
That's what he says.
Yes.
And they hold hands.
and the cane is swinging like that,
Yeah.
but then you can see the fucking tattoo on his arm. His scale was moving,
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
and the first guy. You are good.
Yeah.
You're a good man. This is the face of a good man. Hugs him. He's good.
That's
like
right.
that. And then a woman comes along, an old woman, and she's like, "Do you allow to be judged by this?"
She even says like, I have to know.
I have to know.
Yeah.
Puts it in her hands, and then it goes into the red side. It goes
Yeah.
bad, and he's like, "I'm sorry," and she's like, "I've done everything good. My whole life, I've done everything good." And
Yeah.
he's like, "Do you know what? I
He said-
believe you."
That's the cool bit. Is he goes, I believe you, but Amet judges your whole life. It's maybe
Yeah.
something that's to come.
Yes. and then just sucks the life out of her hands.
Pretty much.
Just goes all. She looks like the queen now. She looks
That's
like
right.
just dead.
He goes full Morbius on her, and she dead. D-E-D. Dead. Hella dead.
Dead. D-E-A-D is dead, but you can come back from that.
Yeah.
D-E-D dead.
Fully dead.
Ain't
That's
come back.
capital D. Full stop. Capital E.
That's like your
full stop.
shoe got thrown off in the crash.
Oh, mate, you got hit by the car. The shoe goes flying. Dead. D-E-D. Dead. Forever dead. No Disney dead. No coming back from the Infinity Stones. Dead.
Exactly.
And it's at this point that people realise, one guy comes up to him and goes, somebody came in, took the thing, killed a couple of our guys, and we think he's in the town. And so the dude said something in Egyptian. Like, why does everybody in this freaking town speak ancient Egyptian?
Yeah, it's like, is he here now? Is like, yeah,
We
very
think
well could
so,
be.
yeah.
And he says something like in Amit's name or Amit or whatever he says, and everyone gets down as if like quit swatch or whatever the fuck is it. He gets down and then he's like, oh fuck.
He even said, it's also good. He goes, oh bollocks.
Oh bollocks! He gets down as if like it fooled anyone. The guy's like, you.
Yeah. The other thing he goes, I know you. You're a mercenary. And he's like, no. And then here's where, Steve, you need to wake up a little bit.
Come on, man, put the pieces together.
You're like,
We did
no,
this.
my name's Stephen Grant. My social security number's this. My phone number, my address. Like, what are you doing, bruv? Why are you giving him that? You're like, I'm Steve.
I'm a gift shopist. I'm this. I'm that. I'm like, why did you just give all that
He told
information?
everything.
Oh, anyway, here you guys give me.
Although,
the
in
scarab.
fairness, fair play to this guy, because he's like, managed to track down a gift shopist in London.
Yeah, right.
Although one of the guys works there, so maybe just put out his picture or something. But still.
And he's like, give me the scarab. He's like, oh, I don't know.
I-
And then he's like, give me the scarab. And I was like, okay, no, you can have it. He puts it out. His hand closes just before he goes to grab it. And he's like,
He even hears the voice. I think he says, like, don't give him anything.
oh, yeah, he says, he commands him almost like because he has control, I guess, every time. He's like, you are not going to give him anything. And he closes his hand. It's like, don't play games with me, give it to me. But the thing is that the guy doesn't try to take it. He just sort of like asks for it. And I don't know if that's part of the whole magic of this thing. Like, it has to be surrendered willingly or something like that.
That's interesting. So that's interesting. I didn't think about that.
I thought that because, I mean, when he puts his hand out and he takes it like that, if I was in that fucking guy, I'd be like, "Can fucking give me that shit, bro. I'll take it out of your hand." But he didn't do that.
So I thought
I don't know.
that he was like, this is a mercenary guy who's just trying to pull a Peter Quill. He's just making fun of me. Yeah. So he wasn't going to play into the joke. That's the way I read it. But I actually think your one might make a lot more sense.
When I come to Streamcast,
Big brain Eddie.
You know what I'm saying?
Your brain is big and wrinkly, and mine is not.
We will see how wrinkly it is. Is it as wrinkly as other parts of me?
Only time will tell. Stay tuned for more.
I'll have to send you a picture of the other part of me to compare, obviously.
That's right.
And then, a whole shit ensues after that. Like, he tries to give it to him, and then his legs just immediately start to make him walk in the opposite direction, and they all run after him. There's like a massive... there's a moment where he gets cornered, and he goes into the stutter mode for a second, and he wakes up with blood all over his hands and face.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit, I didn't do any of that. I'm sorry, I didn't do it.
Talking of forgotten things, our Super Bros.
Our Super Bros.
Over on patreon.com/conversations that we do love and care about.
Or we intended to put right here in this bit right here. Those amazing Super Bros who support us over at patreon.com/conversations are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cum, Sabine from Smallville, the Star Wars Encyclopedia, Adam Sunling, Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger, Super Sus Ben Fryer, the Filthy FIFA Fanatic Joe McCormack, my Juicy Lefner, the Super Sexy Producer Sean, the Gamer from Gaming Shire Dave Binners, and Kevin, the #1 simp.
Of Xbox, because we're halfway through a thing.
Yeah, I think we should maybe not put a big thing. Thank you so much, guys.
We really appreciate you, and you never once forgotten.
Yeah, never once. Just like correcting conversations, we never forget that. And then afterwards he
kills these people, runs away.
Yeah, has another moment where he blips out a little bit, and then he's just in a van, and he's like running away from people.
Yes.
And they're obviously chasing him, and shit's going all kinds of ways.
He's going all kinds of ways.
He has another blip moment.
What did you think of this chase?
I thought it was quite cool.
I thought it was pretty good as well.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I must have lost track of the logs.
Yeah, they. Not gonna lie, the especially that truck. I was like, okay,
And the
that's very big
CG on those logs was a little rough.
Just gonna say that the way it fell down, I was like, okay, that's not very realistic.
It's a bit rough, isn't it?
I was like, come on, you've got Oscar Isaac here, man. Put your proper A game in this.
Right.
Anyway, it was okay. It just had a bit of rough edges. He blips a couple of times. One time he blips and he's got a gun in his hand.
The guy gets into the thing, and he's like defending himself with a cupcake, and then blips and looks back, and instead of a cupcake, it's a gat. The guy's been double gatted in the face.
Yeah. And there's like people still around him.
I gotta say, there's this one little bit that I found unreasonably funny, but when he gets stopped, and this is where I think the logs take out those guys, and the window wipers are going, I was dying. I don't know what was so funny about that
Just
to me.
useless window wipers go.
I don't know why that was so funny to me, but it killed me. It killed me. It was so funny. It freaking killed me. I don't know why. I can't justify it, but something about that with like the totally gone windscreen and these things. It was freaking hilarious, man.
And then I think he blips back home, right?
Yeah, he blips again on the how are we going to get out of the situation we don't know. Blip, and then he wakes up. Oh, it was just a dream.
Oh, and he's like checks his ankle. I'm still tied up.
Yeah.
Nothing on the sand. Oh, it was all just a dream.
That's right.
So he heads off to
no. So this is where he's getting ready. Clocks that the fish isn't his fish.
Across the room as well. Like he's
yeah,
like,
it's a bit sus.
Hey, goldfish, how you doing? What is?
Right, he goes, "How you feeling?" or something like that. And he goes, "Fins" or something. And clocks that.
It takes it in a blender to the shop he bought it from, I guess. Like the people give a fuck.
Also, if you're bringing a fish in a blender, they're gonna have questions, bruv.
What are you planning? Never mind. They're like, this fish had one fin. Now it's got two. Explain to me how it grew back. And the guy,
also, you got a better fish.
Like,
she's like, one, you got a better fish. Two, you came in here a day ago beefing me out about it. Now you got a fish. Like, I don't care. Go away, basically. And we're like, okay, yeah, so he is definitely still losing time.
There's something still going on here still. He goes back to the yard. I think it's like work time now, right? Well, no, time to...
He says, oh, no, I have to go for a date.
Yeah, because he looks at the time and he goes, oh, my God, is that the time? Oh, I need to go on a date.
Right, gets home, changes. I will say the changing scene feels a little bit heavy on, like, he's a loser because he can't even tuck his collar down and stuff.
That was very heavy. I was like... Because he's looking in the mirror. He's like, and I'm done. Collar up and everything ruined. I was like, are you done? Yeah. Are you done?
No one's looking at this and thinking that they're done. Like, come on, What it should have been is like his best shirt would be like ugly and brown and his nicest tie is green. Yeah. It's like, I'm not ready for this, something like that.
And he goes to the restaurant.
He does, yeah.
And he's sitting out there, and the waiter's like, are we still waiting for someone?
Yeah, still waiting.
Can you fucking shut up, mate? Jesus.
Innit? Like, do you mind, bruv?
Bruv, I'm clearly being either stood up or I'm waiting for someone. Give me a fucking break.
Or you think I'm just sitting here alone saying I'm waiting for someone because I don't want to eat steak on my own and I'm going to, like, what do you think's going to happen?
Fucking twat.
What a dickhead.
Anyway, afterwards he calls up the missus, the prospective missus, the future ball and chain, and it's like, oh, I'm at the restaurant, the best steak in town, Yeah. It's like, yeah, I was there too 2 days ago.
Right.
It's like
we talking about?
It's Friday. Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's Sunday, okay?
No, I'm still sure Thursday comes before Friday. Yeah, it does.
That may be true, but today is Friday. But today is Sunday anyway. And it's like, what the fuck?
The one I'll say about this scene, I get that they need to do it, but like, man's calling her on a phone.
Yeah.
It's got the date on it, blood. But he has to ask the waiter.
Yeah. It's like, what day is it? It's like Sunday. Okay, I will have that steak.
Yeah.
It's like, which cut would you like?
The best bit.
The best bit. And how would you like that done? It's like,
really good.
Just good. Just
I want
good.
it good, yeah.
All right, I'll order that well done then. And I was pissed off.
But this is the thing. He's a vegan. He doesn't know what he's ordering.
Yeah.
Right? So he says, I want it done. I want it good. And the guy's like, I'll do it well done. He goes, that sounds delicious. Like, so he obviously doesn't know, innit? And I got to say, I love this as the ultimate sign of resigning himself to his like fate of being a loser sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, he's a vegan and he's given up and gone and got a steak.
Yeah.
He's gone and got a fillet steak well done. If it wasn't for the fact there's a supernatural entity, I'd beef him out on the spot.
But you can take me, so I'll allow you.
Yeah. You're lucky you're hard, because otherwise...
Then he goes back home, right?
Yes.
And starts to notice a few things.
Well, so he's... one, calling mum,
Yeah.
who still hasn't picked up because
Still.
she's dead, calling it now.
She's dead, yeah.
Or just
She's
doesn't love
Agatha
him.
all along. That's what it is.
Could be that she just doesn't love him in it. I mean,
It's-
could you love that?
Honestly, I mean, if I was his mother, which I can imagine
Right.
everything, heavy set breasts, I wouldn't want to be near him as well.
Exactly. And he's eating the chocolates that he got this chick,
Yeah.
which again, it's a first date. It's not like a super romantic thing. He's obviously just hit on her once and she's agreed to the date, so it's not appropriate for chocolates.
I love how he's bare broken up about a
Yeah.
date that he doesn't remember getting and being stood up on it. It's like,
Yeah, he's saying to his mum, "Oh yeah, it's going good, but like we'll see how it goes," sort of thing. Well,
Yeah.
you don't even know this chick.
yeah,
So he's munching the chocolates that he got totally incorrectly. Drops some
it.
and notices scuffs on the floor,
yeah.
which originally I thought was like a John Wick thing. I was like, "Oh, there's cement. That's a line of cement.
Oh,
Something's been mortared in there."
it's gonna be. It's the Continental. We're gonna see the Continental.
Well, I was thinking, well, that's the end of the show then. No way this guy's got the nous to dig up concrete. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to do it. He's just going to give up. But it turned out, luckily for the show, it was
Yeah.
just scuff marks.
Yeah, he moved the table over. Then he noticed there's like a place where it's worn down on his desk.
Yeah,
He steps
yeah.
on that and notices something above, like a piece of wood panel not in the way. And
It pushes through the panel, and inside is like an OG Motorola, by the
Yep.
way. Good taste mark.
yeah,
Um,
keys as well.
keys and
a
like
card.
it's like an ID card. It says
Yeah.
J on it. I don't know if that's
Was it J or U? One
I
of
don't
those
freaking
ones.
know. I would have preferred if it was like something like a Stark or something. That would have been cool because
Yeah.
we're in that universe, aren't we?
Well, we'll see what it's going to add up to. But anyways, it's like a key with that on it. And he opens up the phone, checks the recently called list. Layla. Duchamp. Layla. And he's like, fuck it. Layla sounds hot in it. I'm going to see if I can get it.
Man's looking to replace what he done lost, isn't it?
It's like,
Why have we got full roadman on this?
I've broken up with this chick. I'm going to jump on the next horse, innit?
Yeah, of
Jump on
course.
the-
Yeah. Best way to get over someone is to get under someone.
Way! And he's about to press call, and Layla calls him.
Yeah.
He's like, hello? It's like, oh my God, you're alive. Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah. I've been trying to call you for 2 months or something. Like, who do you
Yeah.
think I am? She's like, Mark, don't play me. What did you call me? Why did you say that name?
Why did you say that name?
See, it's freaking Batman all over again. We called it.
He is Batman. It's a
Shit
fucking
tier
rip-off.
Marvel rip-off, innit?
He's like, where did you
But
call
he
me?
does remember from his dreams being called Mark
Yeah.
being called Mark a couple of times. He remembers the voice calling him Mark. He said, put Mark back in control.
Yeah.
So I'm putting back on the line like as if it was a one telephone and
Yeah.
it's just dial up and whoever's in charge has it. And so he's starting to get like the feeling here that something's off.
Yeah.
What happens then? He hangs up and he starts. He hears like something behind a curtain, and he sort of starts communicating with Mark through a mirror, right?
Yeah. So things start to go really like haywire. Like things start to
Yeah.
shake in the rooms, lights start to flicker and stuff.
Do you think that's in his head or is that happening?
It has to be in his head,
Right.
right? I
Okay.
think it
Good.
has to
I'm
be in
glad.
his head.
I'm glad you said.
I think it's going to end up that he's going to have some sort of like psychological thing, but he actually has some powers or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, things start to go mad. There's one point where he goes near his bathroom and there's a mirror and you can see it's his reflection. But
And
one
he's in
point
the dark. He looks away and the face is still there. Yeah.
the reflection's not moving as much as he
Right,
is.
right.
It's very different.
Yeah,
And then
Mark
he,
says
like-
you got to stop looking. Basically, like
Yeah.
you're getting in the way. We can work around you,
Yeah.
but like you gotta stop digging here. Again, it's good that it's Stephen here because at this point I'll beef myself out if he's not saying the right stuff. Who do you think runs this body, bitch? Yeah. Boy, you a dog? Hey!
like a dog at the front door, innit?
Yeah.
Doesn't anything behind it.
Yeah. What? You want me to stop digging? Who's the idiot stuck in a mirror, bro?
Exactly.
You,
Dickhead.
not me. And then he like runs away.
Yeah, he runs away and shit goes trippy.
Yeah, so like
He's on some next acid.
as he leaves, he starts seeing that big crow dude behind him, and he's like running away. Gets into the lift, goes down. The lift. Oh, does he go? Yeah, he goes down.
Yeah.
Sees the crow guy. No, that's wrong. He gets into the lift. The crow guy comes to the doors, shuts,
Yeah.
and then
I think it opens up and there's the old woman inside, old woman outside, and he's just the proper like curled in the corner.
Yeah, he's like a quivering mess,
and she's like,
dropped contact. Oh, bruv, she is bare sketched out by this guy. She is
goes up to like the 5th floor. Is this your floor? And I say, yeah, I'm just visiting a
visiting
friend.
She lives here. She's expecting me.
Expecting me. Yes, that's right. That's right there. And then I think she goes in, but then in the distance sees this like dog thing that's going to be attacking him, right?
I didn't
or is that
see
later?
That. That's later, I think.
Okay, maybe.
Because
it's the crow thing again. Sorry.
So like here, it's that he's tried to get away and ended up back on his same floor. I think he's on the 5th floor.
Yeah, I think so.
And then in the end, he just decides, oh yeah, then he zips. And when he wakes back up, he's on the bus, screams.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like, oh!
And everyone else is just like, the fuck is wrong with you, pregnant woman there? It's like, bro, allow us to sit. Come on now.
Yeah, like, what are you? So he's still seeing the crow guy passing, and he goes into work.
Maybe you're not in the right state of mind for work today.
I mean, he goes into work, asks, what was that guy's name? Dan or something, the security guard.
I'm being followed. Okay, so just don't let anybody in.
It's a museum.
Well, don't let anyone sketchy and anyone dodgy,
free,
right?
So anybody who wants to come in can come in.
It's like, but just do me this one favor, and then, I'm gonna just let anyone in.
Yeah.
I'm saying this fucking guy he gives zero fucks for what the fuck is going on. The guy could have said, "Oh, guy just stabbed me." I mean,
it's still free entry though, isn't it?
Free entry, really.
Everybody paid the same price to get in.
This guy has a bomb. I mean,
like, look, if you've gone to all the effort and you're still coming here, but that's what you get with minimum wage security, innit?
Yeah.
So,
and the other bitch woman, she's like, "Oh, you got to do this inventory." It's like you're staying tonight. Remember that? And he's just like, "Just please stop."
Yeah.
Snaps at her.
Give me 1 second,
Fucking
Barbara or whatever her name is. Yeah,
she looks like a mom.
Diane or something. Yeah, Karen.
Yeah.
And then he sees, I don't know if it's a person because I didn't actually catch it, but he sees somebody walk off into the ancient Egypt gaff.
Yeah.
And he follows them.
Yeah.
And runs into, what is that guy's name?
Glass slipper guy.
Glass slippers guy.
Glass slipper guy.
And he's like, "Yo, friggin' Derek, help me out." And Derek's like, "Nah, blood,
I love the way the guy literally says what we said before. Is like, I thought Stephen so and so the gift shop was like an alias or something like that. Didn't think he'd be dumb enough to actually say that. Oh no, he was quite dumb.
So what I did, just because I didn't catch it in the Alps. What was your pin again? Like, what? As if this guy's got any money.
Exactly. Spend it all on sand.
On chocolates chocolates that he shouldn't have been buying, and people just putting up his bills to see if we'll still pay it, and he hasn't got the guts to say no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And prime cut sticks.
That's it.
Overdone.
That actually makes me angry.
Oh boy. So yeah, he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna walk out of here." When he turns his back, the henchmen close their door. It's all surrounded, and then what does he say?
So basically, he says, I don't have the scarab. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't have your scarab. It's not my scarab. It's hers. It's Amen. It's this chick's.
Yeah.
Also, he touched a very specific part of this like wall. I was like, "Oh, is it supposed to live there?" No, it's just a hole in the painting. It's a terrible pick.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like a pillar and it was inside.
Yeah, like I've seen the Mummy. I know how these scarabs work.
Exactly.
And then just somehow he's like, "Yo, let me judge you, bruv." And Stephen doesn't even have the guts to not get murdered.
Right. He's just like, "I'm just going to accept my fate."
Yeah.
Hands over his hands. They do the thing. We don't get to see the tattoo this time, but they both.
Oh, it's obviously like
going
blitzing,
crazy, right? Yeah. And then he looks up and he's like,
"There's chaos in you." Yeah. And he runs away, and the guy's like, "No, let him go. It's cool." What happens then?
I think this is when the he runs away and then he just goes to his shopist place, his desk.
Yeah, that's it.
Just carrying on as if nothing fucking happened.
This guy, man, this is the most unbelievable thing about the whole thing, is that he just runs off, stays in the same building, and goes and does some inventory work. And the reason that it worked out that way is because Glass Sandals guy, he decided to send Anubis dogs later that evening to murder him.
He's there late and lights will go down and the dog starts coming out from
How
nowhere.
do you know? How does no one notice this? Like, I'll give everybody else. Let's say like they're not attuned to the magic or whatever he is because he's touched the scarab. How does he not notice all of this movement? I mean, have you not seen The Walking Dead? Have you not seen any horror movie ever? Also, you're walking into where the lights are fading from. This is an immediate no-go.
No, you see, he's just...
Anytime you see lights going doof, 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 you don't walk towards them.
He sees the shadow of the Anubis dog thing around the corner. He hides behind something, throws his bag to distract it, runs immediately towards a priceless vase, almost knocks it over, makes noise, and then the dog starts chasing him.
Yeah.
He manages to run away into like a bathroom area.
The safest. Unfortunately, the one weakness of the Anubis dog.
The bathroom water.
Also, what is that freaking door made of?
Right? It's a bathroom door, and it's like a safe.
It's not even a front door. At least front doors are full thick wood. This is going to be one of those, wood frames with the plywood on the side.
Exactly.
Not even plywood.
He's like, and it's like banging at the door, leaving like marks in the door and stuff like that. He's pissed. He's pissed himself from being
Which
scared.
is fair enough, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he starts seeing his reflection talking back to him in a completely different manner.
Yeah, he's like, Stephen, or Steve, whatever he calls him. Like, you got to give me control. Like, I can save us. I can get us out of this.
What are you doing? Who are you? Oh, no. Starts slapping himself in the face.
Also,
like, you need to calm down. He's going to be in there through this door any seconds. Calm the fuck down.
And also, I do appreciate how different Mark talks. Like, it's very obvious these are two different people.
But what I really loved about this scene as well is that there are so many mirrors.
Yes.
And all of them were so well done and how they got him to act in the mirrors versus him standing there, like pointing in the right directions for everything. I was
the
like,
hieroglyphs also just gently glowing and
so good.
Very well done. Very well
done. And then at one point, like, he's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And this is just when the Anubis dog is about to run in, and you see him sort of like look back, and you see like the mummy bandages, I guess, starting to consume him. But then the dog knocks him down, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
He got.
And the camera is like outside, almost like coming round the corner into the bathroom, and all you see is the dog try to get away, and they get pulled back.
That was sick. I got to
fuck. He's a badass, and then you just see him just wailing on the fucking dog.
So now, I did really appreciate. Also, I don't know if you caught it, but it twitches at the end. Is like the legs twitching and stuff. So here's my question: is in the Alps, when Mark switches, are they beefing up Moonknight? Do they watch this guy transform into Moonknight? Because then, if they did. Would they be so flippant? Why were they so flippant?
Yeah, you'd be like, "Whoa, fuck! You know, this guy's some serious shit."
Yeah,
maybe we need extra firepower or something.
Right? They just turned up and he's holding hands, trying to make his tattoo dance and shit. Like, yo, check this out! Look, I can make her tits bounce. Or something. Like, what are you doing, man? You just watch this guy turn into a bear. I will say there's something we missed when he's saying about, I met whatever her name is. She's like, he does say he lays out this argument where he's like, she's the Egyptian goddess of judgment or something and justice and like she, what you saw with that old lady, she judged her entire life and obviously she did something wrong and she's given up on waiting for people to commit their crimes. It's very Minority Report. And he says, like, look, if you think about it, if she hadn't been basically banished by the other gods, even her number one guy, who I'm guessing is that scarab, I'm guessing Moonknight is her number one guy, I guess. Well, makes sense as well because he's kind of deathy with the mask. Then like Hitler never would have come to power. Pol Pot, Idi Amin, it just basically lists off a bunch of bad guys.
It's the good villain writing thing, at least at this point, where it's like, I kind of see their point.
Yeah, it's a very Thanos thing. Like Thanos, like, I follow your logic, but I don't agree with you. Same thing where like you're gonna kill Hitler. Like, before he was that one bad guy from Germany, he was a World War hero and an artist. World War I hero and an artist.
Exactly. We're Hitler.
So like we are early works at least.
Early works at least. A little bit afterwards, but not everything. Everything. Okay.
I mean, motorways are pretty useful. So like,
why do we say this?
Why do we do that? It's not our channel. That's why.
That's why.
That's why. We're just trying. We're gonna keep digging away at them. Eventually, we'll pick up the Four Pillars network as well, and we'll, it's part of the plan. So that's basically who this Amit is and what the deal is. That she's like a goddess of justice and is just killing off anyone that isn't just, basically, even if they haven't done the thing yet. So that's so you can kind of see where they're coming from, but it's also not exactly. It's not right. It's not a hero's path sort of thing. And I guess we're laid up that Moonknight is the one that betrayed her. Avatar is what he called.
I guess
it.
That's what they're
Also,
call
he goes, "Oh, her Avatar betrayed her." Oh, Blue Guys, I love that movie.
Yeah,
shut up, Stephen! You're about to be murdered.
Fucking Stephen.
What are you doing? Anyway, it ends there.
Ends there. He turns around and walks towards the camera. It looks pretty sick.
It looks sick. I mean, it's obviously a rip-off Batman, but it looks
shit.
sick.
Batman.
Yeah.
C-tier Batman even.
Well, Batty Man.
Batty Man.
There's no post-credit scene though, is there? I didn't see it. I didn't. Okay, good.
I did like the credits.
Yeah,
it was very cool, but it was just more like riffs on like Egypt and moons.
Yeah,
and
Egypt's a very
like
cool.
The whole Egypt theme going through is all very, very awesome.
We need a new
very
mummy.
Cool. Oh yeah.
Didn't I see something about Brendan Fraser coming back to do a new mummy movie? I feel like I saw that somewhere.
And he's in very different shape. I mean,
I still love the guy.
I love him to death, but it would be interesting. It'd be interesting.
I mean, look, George of the Jungle,
yeah,
the Mummy. This is my Brendan Fraser.
There you go.
And no one's that straight. You know. Comments
from our boys. It's a very good start, by the way. I'm looking forward to more of this show.
Yeah. Okay. What were you feeling? Because this is I thought this was a very bizarre first episode. Even like WandaVision, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
First episode. This episode, I felt kind of really confused. In comparison, yeah,
it's more confusing, as I said, because we don't know anything about this character.
Yes, we don't know anything.
We knew everything about Wanda, and we're like, ooh, let's build on that. This is like that. I'm sure once it ends, we're going to be like, this was a very good show. It has the promise of it, I think.
So let me ask you for 2 ratings. How did you enjoy this episode as a standalone, not doing anything, and then what do you presume, based on this, the show will be? So, like, rating for this episode, like, let's say you didn't like this episode 4 out of 10, but you think the show's going to be shit 4 out of 10. Do you know what I
think
mean?
This is a good, like, especially for a setup, I'd say it's like a good, like, 8 out of 10 for just the show. Yeah. Now, I do think this has the potential to be amazing. But for me as well, like I've always said, I prefer the fantastical heroes, with powers and stuff like that.
That's fair enough.
Very much what this is. I think this could be one of the best ones that they have.
I'm sort of there with you. I think more like a 7 out of 10 for this first episode, because we just spent so much time with Stephen.
Yeah.
And although stuff was, like I say, it's kind of a setup episode, I feel like we needed like a little bit more from that weird voice. The third voice. Maybe need to see the Scarab a bit more. Just a bit more of a connection. But probably a 7 out of 10. And I think from what I've seen and how well things were done in some of those shots, I think we're looking at a 9 out of 10 show. I think this will probably go above a bunch of stuff.
Hope they don't just drop the quality at the end and go full what if.
Why did you even say it out loud? Why did you say it out loud?
Put it out there now. Right, heading over to our Discord.
Were they Patreon?
Our Patreon, patreon.com/conversations, where you guys can write in to be on the show. Priority comments read first. This show's from Private Dingleberry says this show's cinematography and camera work so far has been off the chain. Similar levels to Batman vs Superman. He's saying I'm loving it. By the way, he said the Batman, and I'm saying Batman vs Superman's joke. So he really means Snyder Cut. That's what he means.
Of course.
The overall tone and feel is so unique, and it's got a fairly serious take. I'm very glad Disney is allowing for some of these darker series to come out. Hopefully, we maybe get Daredevil crossover in the future, like in the comics. Ooh.
I'm going to say I have fully not had my fill of Charlie Cox. You could fill me full of many more Cox.
Many. But what you're saying is that you love Cox.
I love Cox. In any
big fan
form, really.
You'll take it anyway.
Pretty much. Whatever way it's served up to me, I'll enjoy the Cox.
You will take him anyway. That's a conversations statement right there.
I'm a big fan of Charlie Cox. I was a big fan of Charlie Cox before
Daredevil? Okay.
Before that one blind guy.
What was he in before?
I'm a huge fan. I absolutely loved Stardust, and he's the main guy from Stardust. Have you seen that?
I've heard of it.
It's really good. Well, you might not like it. I really like that movie, like a lot.
Okay.
So love the guy, and he's been in other stuff. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Henry Cavill's also in it.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well, then you know it's a good show.
It's a great movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enchanted. Yeah. He's the villain. Not villain. No, actually, he's like the prospective other boyfriend.
Okay.
By the way, Henry Cavill
Does he cock his hands? Like
he
in
doesn't.
Mission
He doesn't
Impossible?
reload his arms. No, unfortunately not. But that's actually very cool. I like the way it looks, and so does everybody else, it seems. But people want to make fun of him for it. Say it to his face. Make fun of it to his face. Also, he rocks that tash as well. I'm just going to say it. So I enjoy Matthew Cox. Matt Cox. Matthew Cox. Anyway.
Mark Cox.
And Mark Cox. I really enjoyed Daredevil. I would love to see more of it.
Yeah.
And I think there's scope for it. He didn't see it in the cinema, but we, in our version of No Way Home, everybody enjoyed seeing it.
We were cheering our asses off right there.
So I could definitely see that.
Big boy Billy.
Big boy Billy
Writes into our Patreon and says, bloody fantastic first episode. Steven is such a likable character. His problems are so convincing / humanizing, such as when he orders the best part of the steak, even though he's supposed to be vegan, showing how fed up he is with the constant battle he has had with himself that he doesn't even understand. Ethan Hawke's character.
That's it.
Is that his name?
That's his name.
Ethan Hawke's character. You can just say the guy from Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah, why did you even go the whole...
Ethan Hawke's?
What the fuck? It's also not Hawks, but yeah. It's Hawk. It's just Ethan Hawke.
Oh, yeah, because it's Hawke's.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke's character, yeah.
Never mind. Ethan Hawke's is his full name.
That's right.
Ethan Hawke's character
There you go.
is shaping up to look like a very convincing antagonist.
Yeah.
He's clearly intrigued and slightly torn with Steven. He seems to know Steven is good, but can feel the chaos Mark brings to his body, as well as possibly feeling the moon god. Ooh.
Oh.
I guess that's what he is.
I just fully assumed that this was...
Yeah.
Well, the chaos, yeah, but I just assume he said he can sense the moon god. Maybe that's something to do with the... Because I thought Moonknight is the chick's avatar that turned on her. He says even her most trusted god general ever trusted. I don't know.
It was simply Mark.
I don't know dick all about it.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out.
Because Mark has a totally different voice to that other voice.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
The cinematography was great, especially in the personality switching scene. The mystery is there, and I love how we're working everything out with Steven. I like the little touches, such as sand around the bed. He knows whether he's sleepwalking or not. Overall, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the show and the relationship between Steve and Mark. Whether their transitions become more smooth or controlled or not, and how the plot moves forward from here. Thank you very much, Billy, for writing.
Yeah, thank you, Billy. I will say, I feel like I ragged on Steven a lot, and the reason that I did that is because he's so believable. Like, I feel like this is a real person here.
It was quite funny.
So that's why I was beefing him out for being a loser. But like you said, he is great. And Oscar Isaac, Oz, mate, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
By the way, the Discord has had a lot of new people in, so if you wanted to join, links in the description. Heading over to our Discord, where we ask the same questions, but to people we don't like as much as our patrons. Kahaha56, the resident Ghostbuster, says, "Welcome back to Kahaha56. This is review of Moonknight, written live as I watch it. God damn it! God damn it! It's not too long. It should be okay. Interesting opening. Oh god, he's literally just going. Interesting opening. Comma. Let's see what happens." Wonder why the guy walks on glass. Finally, someone says "oh bollocks" in the MCU, though. And overall, Steven's writing is very British. And how many people are in this cult thing? Is it the Illuminati? Is everything the Illuminati?
Everything is the Illuminati.
Everything is the Illuminati. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Steven is written so well, and most importantly, performed so well. The fact that he's nailed this British accent, and it's a real British, a normal British accent.
Yeah.
Like, I know everybody wants to do the like super posh one. That
Oi! It's either oi, let me get myself
either
a bag
Bricktop.
of chips.
you see the Bricktop from
Water.
Yeah,
innit?
some water.
Would you like a glass of
water? Or it's like, oh yes, very quite so, yes, quite.
I was listening to there's some poetry.
That's right. Like, it's super
quite
posh.
fond of it,
They think that that's, oh, I love the British accent. No, you like that one thing from Downton Abbey or whatever it is.
Exactly.
So, and he, by the way, has absolutely nailed the accent. Like, it sounds like he's from Camden. he acts right. It's really well done. I will say the only thing is that his flat is quite Americanized for the American audience.
It's flat.
Like the lift to get there, the way the hallway looks. And I know there are places like that exist here, but it does look very Americanized. It kind of looks like it's in New York somewhere, in like a slum somewhere. Not a slum, but like somewhere that it's going to look like that. And it's, places like that exist here, but it didn't feel as Camden. Even the darker side, not darker, less muckier side of Camden.
Oscar Isaac is actually a very, very talented. He's an American actor, but he was born in Guatemala.
That's very interesting.
And he's nailing this British accent. He's fucking talented.
Nailing it. By the way, I mean, how many people do you know? How many Americans do you know that can do a British accent? And he dropped it twice for like 1 or 2 words, and that was it. And picked it back up before the word had finished. Yeah. Like I just happened to catch it because I was really impressed. Also, best rebel pilot.
Yes.
To be this...
That's one hell of a pilot.
To be this good of an actor and a rebel pilot a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I mean, it's very impressive. It's very impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
Tiernished.
Go on, you're reading this one.
Tier says, haven't watched it yet. Fuck's sake. I started into it so strong as well. Haven't watched it yet, but it's Disney Plus, so it's most likely garbage, except the first 2 episodes. Wow.
Okay. Thanks, Tierney, for that.
Thank you.
The special Agent Dale Cooper, sorry. Alpha Quilele. Right, so it says, the return of the consciousness stream, he says. The episode starts really strong and we almost get a glance at the main man, but he goes and ruins it all by saying, laters gators to his mum of all people.
Different people.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, it's a different guy. That's Ethan Hawke, and then you went to Oscar Isaac. Sorry, Ethan Hawkes.
There you go.
And then we transitioned to Oscar Isaac.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, ancient Egypt will never not be cool.
Oh, sorry. I thought he was going to say it will never be cool.
Ancient Egypt will never be cool, man. Fuck this show.
Fuck history.
Fuck this damn shit. Battle of Hastings
these guys always talk about their hot history teachers. My history teacher was Mr. Smith, who was 57 and 5 kilos overweight. I'm not in a thick way.
Ancient Egypt will never not be cool, and it's sad to see how the manager boss lady just doesn't care. Strange that he doesn't start by going to see a doctor. Oh no, it's fine. I'll just tie myself to a bed. It's a good point. It's a good point right there.
Yeah.
Although we don't know, maybe he has gone.
Yeah, for like sleep disorders or whatever, right?
Exactly. We're not even 15 minutes in, and Steven does the classic overused Marvel trope of the hooded evasion.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Because when you put your hood up, you're invisible. It's like the cloak in Harry Potter, the invisibility cloak.
Is it Potterhead?
Yeah, this thing is a fucking.
You'll find it every opportunity to get in there. I'm just saying. Look, I'll take every Cox that comes up, and you'll go for Harry every time. You know,
every time. That's the way we are, Spud. Loss of body control was really fun. Loved the jump cuts as Steven dipped in and out of consciousness. There's a fish in the
percolator. That's the American word for coffee pots. Because the hot water drips down. It's a coffee pot, bruv. Also, that's a blender, you dick.
It was a blender, wasn't it?
You freaking muppet!
Get yourself a percolator, boy. Sorry, that's a Twin Peaks reference. Is that a Twin Peaks reference?
Don't know. Have you seen it? I haven't seen it.
I only watch good TV shows like Smallville.
I was going to say, yeah, same, except for Smallville.
Where did he get the Moonknight suit? Is it like Wonder Woman spin situation where the suit just appears? Strong first episode. WandaVision has my favorite MCU show from last year, and this is already on par with that.
I don't know about on par, but just because I love Wanda, and I got so much nostalgia for those old shows, so I don't know that I'd say it's on par, but it is very, very good, and the growth. The suit grows out of him, I guess, or on top of him.
Yeah, it seems to just encompass his body. We only get to see it from the shoulder up for like a second.
I am quite looking forward to see a full body suit. reveal, like a Venom sort of thing where it like just comes out of him.
I was gonna say like the first Iron Man suit put on sort of thing,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
revolving around. Dun 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 dun. Although it'd have to be in Egyptian music, so. And the
Get some
guy's like,
snake
"Are you done
charmers.
yet?"
Yeah, are you done?
Oh god.
Dark Diogo Computer Lad says, love the episode. The slow approach, the fact that we could get to know Stephen and his trauma about his split personality. I genuinely felt really bad for Stephen as the episode went on, and seeing how his life is so fricked. I don't know why I'm saying fricked here. Fucked. It's not our analytics
it's not
we
our
have to
channel,
worry about.
fam. Don't worry about it.
Oscar Isaac did a bang-up job there, and that ending, so baller, can't wait for more. Yeah, I really want to see a full body reveal, like you said, with that spin. I would
Yeah.
like them to mix that spin with sort of like, you know how in Iron Man 2, probably the best bit in it is where he gets into the suit from this briefcase.
Yeah.
Like, mix those two things, except it's Moon Knight, and I think we're onto a winning reveal. Oh crap, we got quite a few.
Yes, we do.
Do you want to do the next one? Or
Go on, do the next one. I'll do the next one.
Juicibus the Dishonored stand. Fine first episode. I didn't like Isaac's British accent.
Excuse me?
Felt really hard to take him seriously, and Khonshu just sounds like a joke instead of someone actually intimidating or menacing. What's Khonshu?
Khonshu.
Bruv, I might have missed. It feels like I missed the whole half of this episode somehow.
Khonshu.
But other than that, I like the overall tone and feel like the camera work, editing, etc. is pretty solid. Maybe that's the name of that voice that we don't know.
Maybe.
So if we say Khonshu just sounds like a joke. Oh yeah, maybe that's
Maybe.
that's that name.
Okay.
That's the disembodied voice, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Cryptic writes in, he says, absolute banger episode. So far, the show is up there with Daredevil 100. I love how they gave Steven an obvious fake...
I thought it was pretty good.
This is the thing. These guys only ever see MCU interpretations or other American movies, to be fair, versions of British accents.
I was really impressed.
And it's always the worst British accent that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So when they hear a proper British accent, they're like, it's clearly fake, innit? They're clearly fucking around, innit? That's what they're trying to do, mate. They don't fucking get it.
They don't know these exact.
Do you not listen to us when we speak? We're speaking just like him.
Well, his is more. What would that be like? Almost, yeah, Camden-y. So I don't know, man. Like,
fake British accent to suggest that maybe he isn't the main guy in his body. Love the slow build up. It's the thing is, if it is that, if we're like okay, this.
But it's still really good though.
It's still really good.
He still did it well.
Love the slow build up to the costume reveal at the end. Overall, just a banger right there.
Yeah, agreed. Are you gonna do Jeff Shrooms or shall I?
Let me do Jeff Shrooms. Cool. Moon Knight review. Oh, just in case we got it confused.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it.
Jeff, you're doing all those shrooms. I'm loving it. Thanks very much. Show do be weird. Show really do be weird as fuck. Oscar Isaac seems like he's doing all right, but his accent seems to be coming and going a lot.
I thought it was pretty good.
Do you know what? We're gonna have to make a stand here. All of you guys, shut the fuck up. The accent was great. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm not taking any any word about it.
That'll be the last word we hear on it until next episode where he drops it.
Exactly. We're coming a lot. Like the tone so far, but that's unlikely to last, seeing as most Marvel shows start well and then fall off towards the end with some big impractical and senseless CGI fight. You know, with the CGI logs, this could happen.
Yes, I was going to say the CGI logs are something that's really been bugging me.
Fingers crossed for Oscar and the show being good. One episode isn't enough to quantify it properly, so we will see.
Yep. Tailgate says, our final comment, I like this episode. I'm a sucker for Egyptian mythology, so the imagery was cool. Yeah, fully agree. It's going to be a hard one to mess up in it. I don't know that much about Moon Knight, but it seems hold on. I don't know that much about Moon Knight because I don't read the comics. Most of my knowledge about him comes from the memes. You know, the ones where Dracula owes him money and all of that. What? I haven't seen these.
Send us these memes, Tailgate.
Yeah,
Send them.
I genuinely formally request these memes.
Formally request.
This show has sold me on Moon Knight, so now I want a Moon Knight game. I don't think we got enough there.
it's like we're a little bit.
Also, they already made him Arkham, bruv. You can play the Arkham games. It's the
Exactly.
same guy,
You
isn't
don't
it?
need to
It's
play
just the same.
the fake version of Batman. Come on now.
Oh god, no. The very next sentence with Arkham-esque stealth and Arkham-esque combat.
Well, shit. There
Just
we
play
go.
Arkham, bruv. I really should read your whole comment before starting to talk, innit?
Nah. It's much better. We make ourselves look stupid and then go into it. All right, bro.
Yeah.
That's the end of Streamcast. Thank you all for joining us for another episode.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks
catch
for
you guys all next week. The new times that this premieres is going to be on Fridays. So watch it for Wednesday. We record it on Thursday, out on Friday.
That's right.
Enjoy these episodes. If you want to see more of us, head over to Conversations. That's youtube.com/Conversations1.
That's right.
For some reason. And we'll catch you guys all in the next
Yeah,
one.
we'll catch you in the next one.
All right.
All right. Now to our Discord.
And it's not beating a dog. It's just
Oh no, that is the worst way to interpret that. Just beat up a dog.
My God, he's just wailing on this dog. This dog wanted to get away and he pulled him
Moonknight
back.
evil confirmed.
Batman kills people and Moon Knight kills dogs.
Moonknight's worse.
Worse.
Way worse.
Quantify that.